Hello, my name is Ron Brown. I'm affiliated with HGS Software. I've been a user for 20 years, and my specialty, if you want to call it that, in using the software is VPA, volume price analysis, or another term for it is VSA. What I'm going to do in a series of videos is show you how to get started using the files that I use for stock prospecting and analysis, and to get you up and running, just to help you through this process. It can be a little bit intimidating, but if you follow a few simple steps, it's really not that bad. Now, I'm at the HGS, the High Growth Stock web page, and you can get a free 30-day trial without entering your credit card. You just click on this, you fill out this information, and you submit it. If you follow any of these people, there are files within the program that you can download and take advantage of their strategies. But I'm included right here under Woodward and Brown. Ian Woodward was my partner for many years. Unfortunately, he passed away about 3 years ago, but we still use his name in the program because he was a major contributor to it. So fill this out, hit the submit button, and then you'll get an email back, and then you can install the program. I've already downloaded the installation program, so I'm going to go ahead and install this. If you get this message, Windows protected your PC, click on more info, run anyway. It comes up because this is an exe file, and exe files, if they're not from a reputable publisher, can cause significant damage to your computer. But this file is clean. I know that. I'll just put this is the name of the club that I have, and I'm just going to follow the default instructions. Now I have an SSD drive, or a solid state drive, so it will work a little faster. Now I'm Ron at High Growth Stock, which is not going to help anybody because my password is hidden, and looks like I forgot my password. Let's try it again. Or I have a typo. Got it right that time. Anyway, initially it takes time to download the HGS stock database. I'm on fiber. I have 300 megabytes per second, so it doesn't take me that long. But if you're on a slow connection, it's going to take a while. So just remember that when you're doing this. Now you can see my file came down very quickly. It's going to decompress, and then it's going to go ahead and build the original file. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the screen while it's doing this, or the recording, and I'll be back shortly. It depends on the speed of your computer, but that took about 8 minutes to update the database and all the current information. So just be patient when you're installing, and then this is going to pop up. It says, if you're a new user, follow the HGSI Help Getting Started web page that's now showing in your browser. You can always get back to this Getting Started web page by clicking the Help button on the main toolbar and select Getting Started, which would be right over here. You can just deselect this. You don't need to see this again. And what happens is a chart's going to pop up, but this is the web page that the information was referring to. Now, I'm not going to read this. You can read this on your own. I'm going to show you what I think needs to be done to get set up. Or I should say to get set up properly. Now, I'll close this. This chart I'm not going to go over, maybe later. But here's your main toolbar. Now here are some things that I would do. Under you can see that these icons are large. They take up screen space. Go to Preferences and select Use Small Toolbar. Now when I bring this back up, notice that these icons are much smaller and they do not take up screen space. Okay, let's just go through here. I'm going to go back to Preferences. If you want this menu bar to be on top all the time, you can select Always on Top, and then when another module comes up, notice that the toolbar is always on top. I don't use it like that, but you can do that. Now, I'm going to deselect that. Under Global Index Options, these are the settings that it comes with. What this does is when HGSI is creating an index, and there are many indexes created, these are the numbers or the criteria that is used. Now I use different numbers, and I'm going to show you what I use right now. So if you want your information to look like mine, I use market value weighted because I want to give more importance to the larger cap stocks when these indexes are built. And I also use 104 weeks because I want to look back 2 years when the group indexes are built, and you'll see what I mean by the group indexes. It's better for me for analysis rather than just 52 weeks. I want to look at 104 weeks. And then if I click on OK, this is going to pop up, rebuild all indexes with new settings. I'll go ahead and say yes. And you can see that it's going through the industry groups right now and rebuilding those indexes. Once again, this depends on the speed of your computer. And I'll just let this build. There are quite a few indexes, and if you add all of my groups, you're going to be or you're going to have a lot more indexes too. So I'll just let this play out or run through the process. Now when you download and update at night or in the morning, these indexes are going to be built every time, and they're going to be built using these new parameters. If you want to leave it set on 52 weeks and equal dollar weighted, which means that every stock in the database would have an equal dollar applied to it, or equal dollar weighting, rather than favoring the larger cap stocks. Okay, so that's finished. Now they have a portfolio in here as an example. But what I'm interested in is I'm interested in going to the industries. These are the industries that are contained in HGSI. And you can see there are 176 securities here. If I click through to the warehouse, these are all of the industry groups. And if you see where the down arrow is, it's sorted by industry group. Now, when you get the program, you're not going to have anything in here, or very little in here. And so you need a strategy or a methodology. Like I said, at the beginning of this video, I use primarily VSA or VPA. It's a VPA and HGSI, which is volume price analysis, or VSA, which is volume spread analysis. They're one and the same, just slightly different terminology. So here are the warehouse views. You just have a few things in here. All the data fields. You can resize this. Popular ETF families. Popular stock categories. Not much here. So if you're looking at this bare bones thing, you're going to say, what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm going to help get you started, and hopefully you'll get involved with my methodology. I'm going to end this video right now. I'm going to try to keep these videos under 10 minutes or right at 10 minutes, just so they're not too lengthy.